Hello. Happy Friday. I gotta get my lighting right here. Forgive me for that. Oh, that's too bright. Shoot. Well, we're gonna call this perfect today. Good to be with you. Happy Good Friday for those of you who are celebrating the journey of the Easter weekend. That's really going to be the focus for our meditation today, is a little bit of work on that. I'm going to go off the forgiveness focus today a little bit, but I'll end with forgiveness. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me for our midday Friday gathering. Would love to know who's here. If you can say hi in the chat box, that's totally awesome. So I can say hi to you and know who I'm hanging out with today. That would be great. If you're new here, I am Mark Anthony Lord, and I'm currently the minister at Unity Naples here until the end of April, and enjoying every day of it. I'd like to introduce you to Bigsby and Lolly, who you just heard through the door. So Linda Michaels, oh my goodness. Hi, Tony. Good to be with you. Thank you for joining in. I miss you so much, Linda Michaels. It's crazy. She's one of our best friends in the world. So, all right. So today, Harold, good to have you here. Hi, Jan. People are popping in now. I love it. Thank you. So I want to turn us to the story for just a few minutes of the story of the crucifixion, because we're going to focus on a particular part of it. And it's really in the Garden of Gethsemane. And I always make fun of this. It's like after the Last Supper, when Jesus got all the disciples together and was trying to impart to them such important information, and they got drunk instead. Some wayward disciples he had on his team. Because as the story goes, he went to the Garden of Gethsemane. He brought Peter, John, and James with him to the garden, and they were so drunk that they fell asleep. So, I would probably be one of those disciples also, so not judging that. Anyway, so Jesus is in the garden, and he's praying because he knows that something is coming. He knows the journey that he's on. And so he's talking to God, and he says something very important. Hi, Barbara from England. He says something very important. He says, "Take this cup away from me. I don't want it. I don't want to do this," is really what he's saying. And I think we can all relate to that, right? When we know something is coming our way, maybe the ending of a job, the ending of a relationship, something's happening with our bodies, some change is coming that we didn't necessarily sign up for, we're a little afraid of, but we know it's non-negotiable. This is life. Welcome to this dimension of reality. You are not in charge of the curveballs that get thrown into our life, and everyone gets a turn. Everyone gets curveballs. The deal is not to make them wrong, to know that they're part of a divine plan, and we just incorporate them into our life design. So Jesus is at this point where he's like, I don't think I want to be crucified on a cross. I'm just saying, is there any way to get out of this? That's what "take this cup away from me" means. Can I get out of this divine appointment? Can you relate to that? Can you relate to that desire to not have something be different, not have to be different, not have to show up? This is what's occurring. But then what he says next is the most important, because he immediately says, "But God, not my will, thy will be done. Thy will be done." And that represents the I trust life. I trust that what's happening here is for my highest good. I will not argue with reality. I will not argue with calling life wrong. Byron Katie says, "Argue with reality, you lose every time." Isn't that good? Isn't that good? How often do we argue with reality? How often do we try to barter with what's here versus accepting it and trusting it and being in it? This is our focus for today. As we're on Good Friday, I want to invite you to have your own experience of saying, "Take this cup away from me. Well, no, more importantly, that's not what I'm going to live. Your experience of not my will, thy will be done. That's the point of our being together today, to really surrender any and all resistance, to lay down the grievances that we're holding against life, because the only person that gets hurt is you. And wouldn't it be an amazing resurrection weekend for you personally if you could resurrect out of all of the grappling with life, the struggling and the calling it wrong? Wouldn't it be beautiful to really let this weekend and this Easter Sunday be the Sunday that you rise up and resurrect out of arguing with life, and just not, and it doesn't mean, by the way, that you settle. It doesn't mean that you just, okay, well, I'll tolerate what's here. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about surrender the fight so that you can receive the gifts. And will something be hard? Maybe that's where you are. Welcome to your life. I get it. We all get it. Breathe into it. Be with God through it. Use your spiritual practice through it. Jesus got hung on the cross. Not the best day, but good came out of it. So I love to make fun of that story because it's so dramatic. All right. We have so many people from the Netherlands, from England, from the UK. This is awesome. Thank you all so much for being here today. Shall we do an internal practice? I would love to lead that. Join me in taking a deep breath, closing your eyes. Whew. Exhaling, feeling the body relax. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Makes the exhale slower. Deep inhale, breathe in, expand as wide as you can go, and then exhale through the nose, making that exhale longer than your intake. Feel yourself relax. Feel yourself let go. Be here now. As we move our attention into the center of our heart, the center of our chest, imagine big double doors of your heart swinging wide open. And as they do, let your awareness go into the chamber of your heart, which is like a beautiful, like internal cave. And there can be a garden in there, and there can be a waterfall, and there can be a fire pit, like just a beautiful inner heart sanctuary. Go into this sanctuary in your heart and imagine yourself, even imagine your body in this sanctuary. And somewhere in there is a bench. And just find yourself wherever you want to be in there, and find the bench and then sit down. Locate your awareness, your attention, all that you are in this heart chamber, this heart sanctuary. Love fills the room. As I invite you to bring to mind something that has been, that you know it's time to go, something that you don't want to let go of or you're grappling with, something that has a benefit on one level, but it's done. What's rising up for me, to be very honest with you, is sugar. To really surrender sugar. And believe me, I don't want to, because sugar is a great lover, my friends. It's a fantastic lover, but it's hurting my body and it isn't good for me. So I'm going to bring that to this time. What are you bringing? It might be a way of being. If there's nothing in your life shifting, how are you bring a thought pattern. Bring something that you think about that is not loving and kind to yourself or another. Bring a grievance. And as we bring this to the heart chamber, just imagine holding it in your hands, whatever it looks like. Maybe a rock, maybe a beautiful diamond, maybe whatever it is. Let an image appear in your hands as you look at it and you just own. Take this cup away from me. Own the part that doesn't want to let go. Own the part that doesn't want to change for a moment, and welcome it. Breathe into it. And now see yourself standing up, carrying this. And as you move, you're going to go over to this beautiful altar. And when you get up to the altar, place it on the altar as you say, not my will, but thy will be done, God. Step back from the altar, leaving the symbol that represents what you're letting go of on the altar. I give this to you. I'm ready to have it crossed out, crucified, released. I'm ready to become free. Breathe in. You don't need to figure out how. You are asking that it be done. Not my will. God, thy will that is good, thy will that is loving, thy will that is always the best for me. God, thy will be done. Breathe that in. Now imagine as you're still in the heart chamber of love, imagine that in that room, beautiful white light begins to swirl around, and it's beauty, it's grace, and it's loving, and it's gentle. And it swirls around you, and it's whispering in your ear, and it's around your body and in and through you like vapors that just move in and out. I love you. I love you. You are so supported. Thank you for letting this go, because now you get to be more yourself. Now you get to resurrect into a fuller experience of yourself. Breathe in all this love. Breathe in all this support. Welcome it. And before we leave this heart chamber, imagine opening your hands out, opening your arms out as we say, I ask that forgiveness set me free. Anything and everything that is blocking my freedom, I ask that it be forgiven. All judgments, all stories I've made up, everything within my mind, the thought patterns that are blocking me from my own glorious resurrection, I ask that forgiveness set me free. Breathe that in. And now slowly bring your awareness and your attention back to the body, the room that you're in. And before you open your eyes, affirm within yourself, that which I have left on the altar is done. Holy Spirit, help me. Give me the strength, give me the fortitude, give me the courage, give me all the help I need to truly let go and let God. I ask this for me. I ask this for each one of us. And I know that my prayer is fulfilled. I truly do. Breathing in. And so it is. Opening your eyes when you're ready. All right. That was fun, I thought. Rose, you asked, are you an open and affirming church? We definitely are. I'm a fabulous gay man. So if I'm here leading the way, trust me, we're open and affirming. It's beautiful. It really is. So how was that experience for you? You have two options, my friends. I want to hang out for a few minutes. Give your thoughts in the feed. If anyone wants to join me, I'm going to show you how you can do that. You just click this link. I just put that link in there. If you want to click that, you might need to do a little download thing with StreamYard, but it won't hurt your computer, get in the way at all. It's just a simple step. And then you could pop in here and actually be seen today with me. You could be my guest on the Friday Mark Anthony Lord Show. You can be my featured guest. Or feel free to put in the chat how that experience was. Corey says, I shed tears, so I must be letting go. Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Corey. It's such a simple guided meditation. We just ask that God's will be done, and we placed that which we're letting go of this weekend on the altar. And that's real, y'all. I know it's just imagery. It's like, oh, did that happen? No, that is 100% real. When we are prayed up and we go into an inner guided experience, it is alive, it's real, and it works. I know that. I know that. Kay says, I love that crucify equals cross out. Yeah, I do too, Kay, because it's just simple. It's just super simple. We're just crossing out that which no longer serves. Now, Jesus did the most beautiful demonstration of that. He crossed out the body, which is not who we are, so that he could resurrect into the full spiritual revelation of who he is. So, Unity of Vancouver. Oh, thank you for being here today. I love Vancouver. I love that city. It is probably my favorite. Linda says, letting go is challenging for me. I think I let go, but still kind of hold on. And that too, that's where, thank you for saying that, Linda. This is where we got to partner with the Holy Spirit more. You got to partner with a higher power, whatever you name it. Become very comfortable with the Holy Spirit because of A Course in Miracles, because that's what they call it. And that's just my jam right now. So the Holy Spirit is that corrective principle inside of you. It is all the support. It will take care of. Now, 12 steps call it higher power. So there's a higher power. That's another word you can use, my higher power, my higher self. You can say love, use whatever you name it that feels like you could give it to that, and it's going to help you. And the game is, we don't turn it over once. We turn it over 1,000 times. Give it again. Give it again. If you find out it's in your hands, you know where to put it. I place this back on the altar. Holy Spirit, I surrender. You do that enough, and over time, it will shift. It will finally click, and it will be gone. But it takes some work if we're used to clinging. We wish it were a one-time deal. I'm a one and done guy. Believe me. I love the quote from Postcards from the Edge. Instant gratification takes too long. That is totally my life. I totally get it. But this is a process. So stay in the game. So that's how I found out about you, through their podcast. I don't know. Oh, through A Course in Miracles podcast. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, if you guys are new to me, I want to put this in there because I'm switching locations. I think it's got to be www. I'm putting my Mark Anthony Lord.me. There you go. So that's my website. Join my mailing list so we can keep connected with my classes and things that I'm doing. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is at Mark Anthony Lord. I'm always there too. So would love for you to join in. Please join me this Sunday at Unity Naples, a beautiful community, really such a lovely, lovely place in the center of Naples, Florida. And we have an 11 o'clock Easter service where we will be having a fantastic experience. So please do join me there. That would be really wonderful. So Harold says, is talking about forgiveness practice needed after forgiving, or just speaking from the new inner attitude? I definitely encourage you to practice speaking from the new inner attitude. The more you can do that, the more the forgiveness will be able to work, right? It's like leaving, once an arm is reset in the cast, you're not thinking, oh, it's broken, you're thinking it's healing, and it's coming, it's getting better. So you want to keep your mind focused on the healing. So all right, everybody, what an awesome, simple and deep experience. Thank you for sharing that with me. Again, join me Sunday, join my email list, and follow me on Instagram. I would love that. All right, peace and love, everybody.